Hi, my name is Trey Du. I'm a support engineer here at E1 Solutions. Today I'll be showing you how to send a blank date when you are receiving an empty string in your data source. So you might be running into an issue where maybe your posting date right here is empty sometimes, but not empty other times. And you're running into an issue where you're getting an error. It's like you can't send in an empty string when it's a date. So there is no good way around this, and we will actually have to do a little bit of a workaround, but I will be showing you how to fix that in this issue. So right now we just have our posting date here mapped as posting date. And if we wanted to, and basically the workaround for this is we're gonna have to restrict out based on if that posting date is empty or not. So I just set up a simple little calculation here. And by calculation, I mean restriction. So if that posting date is empty, which is an empty string right here, we want to return false. So that means the map won't run, or that means that line won't run. It won't be sent to the destination. Else we want to return true. So if it has any value in there, it'll try and run the line. So once you have that set up, and once you have it set up on your however you want it with your data source, depending on what your data source is called over here. Make sure it's set up similarly. Once you have that entered in the restriction here, press OK and save to make sure it saves. And then we're going to go ahead and duplicate the integration. So I just right clicked to bring up that menu, click duplicate, and then give it a new name here. We'll call it just 2. And yep, you don't want to duplicate the data source since they're pulling from the same data source. For this demonstration. So yep, it'll pop up here, go into that, and then we can go back into the mapping here, and we will actually unmap the posting date because we just don't want that sending in if there is no posting date at all. But we will now reverse this this field here. So we do actually want to send all of the lines that don't have any posting date in, and then everything else we don't want to send in, so we don't double up on the data. So once you have changed those two values over, so now I'll be just basically doing the inverse of the restriction on the first map. Press OK, and save again. And now back on the original map, we can actually go into tasks and then run an integration if the task succeeds, and we'll do a run integration task here. So we'll just call this one run item journal, and then we can leave these ones as is, and then we can select that integration that we just created with the restriction. Yep. And then we do actually want to use the data from parent integration. So if it is just an Excel file, that doesn't matter, but if you have like a BC or a GP source, that can be kind of important. So now once you go, you can select that one. You can also select the run integration in a new tab that just shows up a bit easier. So once you have those options set up, press save and press save again. And then now every time you run this, it will run successfully where one sends the posting date and the other will not send the posting date. But mine isn't set up really to handle this, but it will still go regardless. Anyway, that's how you send a blank date when an empty string errors out your integration.